Have you realized that you're on the same card as Fernando Vargas' kids? It's like it's a lineage thing, you know, like your father, their father, and now their children seeking glory in the sport of boxing.
Yeah, you know, I feel like it's a blessed opportunity just to be on a card like this. You got, of course, you got the Vargas Dynasty, and then we got Kovalev and stuff like that. It's just blessed to be a part of, you know, such a great card. You know, so much talent on the card.
Yeah. So. How'd you prepare for this fight against Jermaine McDonald? I believe that's his name.
You know, for the first time, I actually did a camp in Colorado Springs. I was with Adrien Broner, Rashid Warren, and a couple other talented fighters.
High altitude, huh?
Yeah, high altitude. It really took me some time to acclimate and stuff like that, but it really pushed me mentally.
Adrien Broner was there. How's he looking? Did you get any work with him at all?
I didn't get any work with him, but I got to work right beside him, which is valuable in his own asset. You know, just being around him it was really a good surprise, and he's really supportive, and he really pushed me to be the best I can be.
Yeah.
You know.
How is he? He mentioned you a little bit, obviously, but how is he? You know, people from the outside looking in, they have the perception, but you having worked out alongside him and giving you advice, how's that?
Hey, I can say it was a complete surprise. Just seeing him on TV, I thought I was going to get a different animal, but he's actually really supportive and encouraging and stuff like that, and really hard working. That's one person I can actually say that doesn't skip any reps, and he's literally counting every other rep, you know, of everybody else. So, you know, there's no cutting corners with him. So, you know, just being part of that was, you know, a great thing for me, and you know, it really taught me a lot just working with a world champion. Yeah,
for sure. He was champion at a very young age, like in 3-4 divisions, man. Did he give you any advice about just being careful throughout your career, and you know, things can come to you fast, and they can take over your career, and you can lose focus and you can derail, you know?
He really didn't speak on that, but I could just tell just by the way that he moves, you know, a lot of people tell you a lot of things, but don't move the way, you know, don't even live by their own word. But from what I can see, he's a real disciplined fighter. And, you know, that's the type of fighter I'm trying to be. I'm trying to make it to the top. And if I got to do it that way, I'll do it that way.
Any advice or help from your dad for this camp?
I talked to him a couple times, but, you know, it's my 10th fight. So,
you're pretty much, you know what you're doing. You gotta hold the things you.
I'm not saying I know it all, but you know, he had just got married too, so you know, he's doing that whole honeymoon, stage. So you know, yeah, definitely congrats to him.
That's cool.
And you know, really just went through the process this time. I was just blessed to be surrounded by good people, and not only Adrien Broner, but Rashid Warren, Mike Stafford, and all those other great fighters. You know, everybody has something doing to the pot.
Yeah. Did you catch the Canelo Bivol fight this past Saturday, and what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I caught it. You know, it was a great fight. Congratulations to Bivol, you know, pulling it off. A lot of people had him counted out, but honestly, with me, you know, Canelo's a human being just like everybody, puts on his pants just like everybody, and you just can't expect to beat everybody in this world, because there's always somebody better than you, per se. And it's just a little bit tougher, you know, a tougher opponent. And of course, Bivol's bigger, and he's actually an athletic. He's actually an athlete, and you know, we saw what happens when you go against athletic fighters who just have to be a little bit bigger. But you never can count out Canelo. I'm hoping he does take the rematch, or wherever he's going to do it, 168 or that way.
Yeah.
And, you know, I want to see how he comes back differently.
If they don't, what do you want to see next from both, from Canelo and Bivol, if they don't rematch?
If they don't fight, doesn't Bivol, he can unify, can't he?
He could fight the winner of Artur Beterbiev and Joe Smith.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I think I got Artur Beterbiev winning that fight. And then for Canelo, there's so many options he can go. You know, he could definitely fight a Charlo. I feel like that'd be a good pay-per-view. He could go with Benavidez, or if he wants to avenge his loss, he could try that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what weight he want to try that at, but there's multiple routes he can go. He's, in my mind, he's still like top pound for pound, like, you know, definitely top 2, top 3.
Yeah, I was hearing your Mike Tyson story when you were in the gym, you were in the dressing room. How you first met Mike Tyson ahead of your fight. Can you tell me that real quick?
Oh yeah, and I was having one of my first amateur fights, and you know how it be. All my family was there, you know, my brothers and sisters and stuff. So like, it's out my mind, you know, number one thing you really don't want to do, you don't want to get beat in front of your brothers and sisters, because, you know, it's just not a good look, you know. And it's like, you may take that loss there, but you're right at home with that loss with your family, because, you know, they're putting it on you every time. But so, you know, that's what I was worried about at first.
Yeah.
And then I seen that they was telling me my dad was coming, you know, so I started seeing the crowd kind of like part like the Red Sea. And I really can't tell who's really coming through the middle type deal. But I was like, I'm just assuming it's my dad. But when they came through, it was my dad and Mike Tyson, and I was like, wow, you know what I mean? I was shook, you know. This is the person who I've been playing with for Fight Night, knocking everybody out with, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, I really wasn't knowing what to expect. So he was like calling up to my brothers and sisters, asking them if they were me. Like, are you Evan? Are you Evan? So like by the time he was like on his third person, I was kind of like hoping he wasn't going to find me, because I was like, man, the pressure's now out the door now, you know what I mean? Like, whoa. You know, first it was my brothers and sisters, and I was nervous about it, but now it's Mike Tyson. Yeah. So it's like, I kind of have to get right, you know what I mean? So he eventually finds me and everything. He was like, oh yeah, you Evan? And I was like, yeah, you know, but the first thing I noticed was, you know, not gonna lie, it's my first time smelling weed. So I was like, man, it's like either he didn't put on his deodorant, or he's just, you know, it's just an unfamiliar smell.
Smoking.
Yeah.
He likes smoking.
Yeah, so I didn't know about that then. And but he had gave me a couple words of advice. He told me, you know, hey, this is your first fight, you know, go out and have fun and do what you do and stuff like that. And I ended up having to fight, and it was a close fight coming up. And then somehow, some way, my shoelace came untied, and you know, audience is not allowed to come up to the ring. You know what I mean? Officials are going to stop that all the time. But he runs up to the ring, and you can see the officials start coming around to tell him that he can't go there, and he starts throwing punches. He's like, Evan, you got to throw punches like this, throw this combination. Pow, 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 pow.
That's Mike, right?
Yeah, that's Mike. That's Mike right there. And everybody, you never seen that picture of the police going, oh, yeah. It was like that.
In the ring.
Yeah, nobody wasn't trying to get near him. Oh, shit, you know what I mean? So, like, he had told me what to do, and ultimately I followed it, and that ended up working out for me, and I won the fight. And afterwards, he had told me, he was like, hey, the greatest thing other than the victory is that you didn't quit. You didn't give into your emotions. Yeah. Because I feel like that's just kind of like goes with life. Life will smack you. And sometimes you can feel bad for yourself, and you can go down that hill. But I didn't give into it, and you know, at the end I won the fight. So
that's cool, man. What do you want to see from yourself? What do you want to show from yourself this Saturday?
Hey, I just want to show everybody all the shades to my game, what I've been working on and stuff like that. Show them the jab, you know, show them I really can box and stay clean out here. And ultimately, I want to try to get a knockout, you know, keep that ratio right. So, but ultimately, you got to win. It really ain't about no knockouts, but I'm just trying to show people that I can box, you know, hit and not get hit. And, you know, that's the way of the game. It's just show people that I'm improving and progressing. I'm actually learning from each and every fight. You know, it's the Big Ten, so let's get it.
Evan, it's a pleasure talking to you, and good luck on Saturday. Thank you for the time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.